Good morning, class, and welcome to another edition of Maths with Ablight. In this edition, we'll be solving three questions that are placed before us. The first one says, circle the odd numbers. The first thing you've got to do is to try to understand what an odd number is. An odd number is that number that is not divisible by 2 without a remainder. An even number is the opposite. It is divisible by 2 and then there is no remainder. For instance, if you write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the even numbers will be 2 because it is divisible by 2, 4, and 6. The odd numbers will be 5 because if 5 divides 2, you've got 2 remainder 1. Another odd number will be 3 and the other odd number will be 1. Using this and having the definition of an odd number behind your mind, you go and check these numbers. We can see very well that 31 is not divisible by 2. You circle that. It says circle the odd numbers. Look at the list of numbers before you. 33 is not divisible by 2. Circle it. 35 is not divisible by 2. And 37 is not divisible by 2. This question is for 1 mark. And you have scored your full 1 mark. Number 2 says, finish partitioning the numbers below. This is testing your ability to identify numbers that are in units, in tens, in hundreds, in thousands, tens of thousands, and all of that. You start naming them from your right. On this place, this is a unit. This comes as tens, and this as hundreds. This is unit, tens, and 100. Now in the answer, in the boxes below, you have been told it is 300 because it is under the hundreds. Under tens, you have 1, so you'll be calling it 10. And in unit, you write it exactly as it is. On this other side, the unit side remains 0. Just write the unit the way it is. If it is tens, you add a 0 behind. If it is hundreds, you add 2 zeros. This is 2. What do? You write 2, 0, 0. This is for 1 mark, and you have scored your full mark. The last question, second to the last question, says, there's the last question actually. Says you should tell this time and write it here. It is simple. Times are partitioned in a 12-hour clock time. They are partitioned in bits using 5, 5. So from here to here is 5 minutes. This place to this place is another 5, and it goes round like that until that is for the minute hand. Here will be 10, here will be 15. This is 20, 30, 25 before 30. Because it's going 5, 5. 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and 55. So if you are naming the minutes hand, this is how it goes in a clockwise direction. And then this place is the 60 on the hour. If you check the minute hand is the longer of the two. The minute hand points at 9, and at 9 we have written 45. The hour hand stays between 10 and 11, but very close to 11. The implication is that it's been moving from 10 and on its way to 11. So if you want to write this in your digital wall clock, this is how you go. 10, because it is starting from 10, doesn't go to 11. You write 10, and then you write the minute hand, which shows 45. So your answer will be 10:45. This is for 1 mark, and you have scored 1 full mark. 2 questions before us that we want to tackle this morning. You've been told that the children have a half an hour break at school. Their break ends at 10:30. The children have come to school to to study, and it's time for them to go out and have some break, play with friends, socialize and stuff. And they've been told that they have just got half an hour to spend for the break, and that they are to come back from break at 10:30. The question now is, what time does their break start? What is half an hour? That's the first thing to ask yourself. Half an hour is 30 minutes. You know why? There are 60 minutes in 1 hour. So if you are dealing with half of it, you are dealing with 30 minutes. The children are supposed to spend 30 minutes outside for their break. And if they are to spend 30 minutes and the time they are asked to return back to class is 10:30, what time do you think they have left, or they would leave for break, for them to resume back at 10:30? You simply need to do 10:30 minus 30 minutes. You are dealing with 30 minutes because of half an hour. Do not forget. When you subtract 30 from here, you'll be left with 0. So that will give you 10, 0, 0. This is the time that they are supposed to leave for break, and that is 1 mark. The next question says a pack of 6 eggs costs £1.30. How much would 12 eggs cost? 6 eggs would cost £1.30. 12 eggs, to get 12 eggs, it means 6 eggs multiplied by 2. That was what gave 12 eggs. Then how do you get the amount to buy 12 eggs? It is simple. 6 eggs costs £1, 30 pence. So 12 eggs will cost times 2 of what 6 eggs have cost. 12 eggs will cost £1.30 multiplied by 2. It is simple. You use 2 to multiply 0, it gives you 0. 2 multiplied 3 will give you 6. 2 will multiply 1, and that will give you 2. Remember, the currency is in pounds. And then you count 1, 2 before you put decimal point 1, 2, and then you put your point. So it's going to cost you £2.60 to get 12 eggs. If a pack of 6 eggs will cost £1.30. I hope this is clear, and this is for 1 mark. In the next class, we shall be taking more examples, and then we keep working them out until we get used to these things, and then gradually we see ourselves chewing all the mathematics questions we'll see in our exam. Today I have gone to take a NECO question just last year, 2024, and the question is simple. It says find the quadratic equation whose roots are -1 and 5. This is simple. It looks difficult, but it's simple. First of all you need to do is to write your solution, and you write solu here, shown. Simple. The roots are -1 and 5. It means that you can say from the question, this is how to write it for NECO. From the question, we have, what do we have from the question? X is equal to -1 and x is equal to 5. You are getting this from the question because it says the roots are -1 and 5. These are the roots. They represent x, and then the other side, x is equal to 5. So what do? You transfer everything to the left-hand side and equate it to 0. 1 crosses to this side, it becomes x plus 1 equal to 0, comma, x minus 5, because it's crossing to this side, is equal to 0. What do? Combine the terms together, multiply them, find their products. That gives you x plus 1 into x minus 5 is equal to 0. So this will multiply the first one. That same one will multiply the second one. This will multiply the first one. It goes to multiply the second one. Very simple. X multiplied by x gives you x squared. X multiplied by 5 gives you minus 5x because of the minus sign. 1 multiplied by x will give you plus 1x. 1 multiplied by 5 gives you minus 5. Everything equal to 0. What then is the next procedure? It means that x squared minus 4x. You know why? Minus 5 plus 1 is minus 4. And then minus 5s is equal to 0. This is the equation they are looking for. And you have scored your full mark. In the next class, we'll take more examples or more questions from past NECO and WIRE questions. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend.